Today I'm going to talk about the Constitution of the United States. People depend on government to assure freedom and order. But people also recognize the government can be a possible source of harm and oppression. The Founding Fathers wanted to establish a strong central authority, but limit that government's ability to abuse power. The Founding Fathers first attempted to form a government as a confederation of states. They wrote the Articles of Confederation, which granted independence to each state and gave little authority to the central government. Under this confederation, each state minted its own money, and regulated its own trade. This caused confusion, and an economic slump in the United States. In 1786, thousands of farmers in western Massachusetts, led by Daniel Shays, attempted to prevent the courts from foreclosing mortgages on their farms. The central government could not deal with the uprising and the country's economic problems, so the states called for a convention to review the Articles of Confederation. Delegates at the convention recognized the weaknesses in the Articles of Confederation. For instance, each state only had one vote, no matter its population. Congress couldn't tax. Congress had no power to regulate interstate and foreign commerce. And there was no national court system. Additionally, to approve an amendment took consent of all the states and a 9/13 majority was required to enact a law. The articles were, at best, a league of friendship. A majority of the representatives at the convention decided that the problems of the republic could be addressed only by forming a new government, and writing a new constitution. There were two groups of thought. The Federalists, led by James Madison and Alexander Hamilton, favored a strong central government and supported ratification of a constitution. The Anti-Federalists, led by Patrick Henry and John Hancock, objected to ratification, mainly because they feared the central government would become too powerful. They also were concerned because the Constitution did not include a Bill of Rights. After much compromise and debate, a U.S. Constitution was ratified based on the following principles. First, popular sovereignty. The people would have supreme power. Second, limited government. The government may only do what the people empowered it to do. Third, separation of powers. The government is divided into three branches. These three branches are the three responsibilities of government, and they are the executive, legislative and judicial branches. Fourth, checks and balances. Each branch of government has the authority and responsibility to check, or restrain, the power of the other two branches. This prevents misuse of power. Fifth, judicial review. Since 1803, federal courts have the power to review acts or laws. If an act or law violates the Constitution, they can cancel the act. Sixth, federalism. Power is shared between national and local governments. This system keeps the national government powerful enough to be effective, but some powers reserved for states and citizens. Now you know a little bit about the Constitution of the United States of America. This document is one of the most important documents in the world. I hope you read it.